Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase pricing and availability questions concerning this watch. Today we're discussing a 50-piece limited edition in steel launched in 2019 from Moser Cie of Schaffhausen, Switzerland, where they speak German. This is the Pioneer Perpetual Calendar month date. Easier to read by many accounts than the original Andreas Streller Perpetual Calendar display. It uses the same underlying mechanism that can be set bidirectionally and safely at any time of day. It's a steel watch in the original Pioneer case size, which means on the rarely seen full bracelet. This watch has a mass of almost 184 grams as I measure it, 42.8 millimeters in diameter. It's 15.1 millimeters thick. And it has a very close coupled ratio of total distance across the wrist to lug-to-lug. So lug-to-lug is 51 millimeters, and then end link to end link is 51.5. Hey, details matter. 22 millimeters is the spacing between the lugs. You can see there are some small marks on this watch, such as this small mark on the bracelet, but the watch has been carefully worn and is in excellent shape. We'll throw it on my wrist, which is 16 centimeters in circumference. I do wear a 40 millimeter Pioneer. I could wear this. It's very large, but because it doesn't actually have solid end links that project beyond the lugs, this actually does fit my wrist. I could wear this. So if your wrist is 16 centimeters circumference and up, game on. You can also see, even though it's not a thin watch, a huge amount of its thickness is the sloped bezel and crystal, so it will actually slide decently underneath a dress cuff or a tight sleeve. Once again, here's the down the barrel where you can see the lugs are well on board of the edge of my wrist. Taking a look at the bracelet, it's made by Moser's longtime bracelet partner, Bracelet, and you can see it's got a conforming end link to mate it to the case. Most of these are on straps, so the bracelet gives you more value, but also a different look. You can see we've got a combination of removable links, and every link here is removable. It's pins and sleeves, to be sure, so you're going to need a block and punch if you want to size this up, but you'll find there's a lot of adjustability built in, and then we've got a push button that releases a rack locking system, allowing you to incrementally adjust the fit over about a centimeter of total adjustable length. Here's the Moser logo. We've got a thick gauge steel single swing arm, twin trigger release, so it cannot open inadvertently. And then we'll take a look at the internal. You see BRO, it is indeed a Bracelet product. And then you can see the profile of the clasp matches the coined profile of the lugs, and that's how it is at Moser. The buckles and the clasps tend to match the case profile designs. You can see we've got a little bit of a soft crease on the top of the lugs. That's a subtle styling element of the watch. The lug hoods are polished, the case flanks, or I should say the lug hoods are satinated, the case flanks are polished, and the bezel is polished. We've got a little trigger there, and that's used to adjust the leap year phase indicator on the case back. The designer of the Perpetual Calendar, Andreas Streller, correctly reasoned that you don't need to see the leap year all the time, so it shouldn't crowd the dial. Now on this watch, we have a more intuitive Streller Perpetual Calendar system, because you can see now we have the month and the date rather than having a date and a little 12-position index that pairs the hours of the day with the months of the year. First, let's demonstrate the luminescence of the watch, and what I'll do is I'll move the two hands so they're not superimposed. Take a look at the watch in the dark. It is quite well lumed. It's 120 meters water resistant with a screw down crown. Taking a look at the dial, you can see it's a Burgundy lacquer gradient with a metallic sunburst base, and then the fume or smoked fade from bright at the center to dark at the edge is a Moser trademark. It doesn't say Swiss made, though it is Swiss made. Moser says its watches are 95 to 100% Swiss made, whereas Swiss made conventionally is a 60% standard. Moser does not use Swiss made because it does not want to be associated with the 60% bare minimum. Taking a look at other features of the dial, you can see leaf style hands for the hours and minutes, alpha style hands for the power reserve and the seconds, and azurage concentric pattern for the sub-seconds. A little note about hacking seconds on this watch. Streller devised a double pull system, assuming that you might want to set the calendar first. So when you first pull the crown out, it locks the crown in a position that allows you to set the calendar forward and backwards, whereas the seconds hand continues to advance. So you need to time your pull. So let's say you want to freeze the hand down at 30. The first pull is not going to do it. The second pull is the one that's going to hack the second, because he doesn't want you to pull the crown out to set the calendar and wind up desynchronizing your watch to the second. And if you own a watch like this, you probably have synchronized it to the second. Now you can see that The crown is actually quite stable, and there's very little dead angle between the time you start to turn the crown and the movement of the hands. It's always a sign of quality for me. If you wind the watch, there's 2 barrels. It has a 7-day chronometric power reserve, though to exhaustion from a full wind, it'll run for more like 9 days, very close to 9 days. Interesting fact, the calendar system, which is instantaneous jumping, by the way, it allows you to adjust it in both directions. Now, what's fascinating here is that the date is a very large date that uses 2 overlapping discs. So it's a big date, but not in the conventional sense of having 2 discs. It's a big date in the sense that it's a big number. And so the idea is that with these 2 overlapping discs, you can have a normally sized watch and yet an enormous date window. And again, you can adjust it forward and backwards and at any time of day without damage to the watch. Turning everything over, we've got an HMC 808 movement manufacturer built. So it's an all Moser movement. Impressively, Moser also making the hairspring, the balance, and the escapement for its own watches in-house. And on this watch, and most of the high-end movements like it, the escapement's made of 14-karat mechanical grade gold to reduce friction and the need for lubricants. Now you got the 2 barrels, the long power reserve, you've got the double pull crown, hacking seconds, bidirectional quickset, the Perpetual calendar system that does not need to be reset until the year 2100. It can deal with irregular length months, it can deal with leap years, 2.5 hertz beat rate, and a large movement diameter to properly fill this case back. You can see we've got a full balance bridge and a free sprung balance for greater stability against shock. And the 2.5 hertz balance oscillates with a hairspring that is a Breguet overcoil profile, so the overcoil has a centered mass. One side isn't notably heavier than another, so in any position, it's going to be isochronous. It will keep consistent, repeatable time, positionally agnostic with respect to gravity. Also worth mentioning here, we have a movement that pivots on 32 jewels and has golden chaton cups for many of those pivot jewels. So you can see the drivetrain, the twin barrel arbors, as well as the train leading down to the escapement. These golden cups are a nod to the way pocket watches would have been made in the era of the ancestral H. Moser Cie, first of St. Petersburg, later of Schaffhausen, and that Moser would, like other companies of the time, have made precision golden chaton cups, pressed the jewels into those, and then fitted the jewels to bridges and plates using screws, which is why all these chaton cups feature pressed jewels, and they are fixed to the bridges by screws. Screw heads are polished, bridges feature double-crested Moser stripes. We have setination on the balance bridge, the crown wheel, the drivetrain wheels, and the click spring. It's a good-looking movement. We do have a mechanically applied but handsome bevel. You can see the detail is uncompromising and very clean. A great-looking movement. If you love this watch, reach out to Team Mosso at the 1916company.com for purchase pricing and availability questions.